Hey, boys and girls. Hope everybody's doing well today. So, we're going to do our very first lesson that is an actual grade today. Okay. And I want you to just follow the directions, follow along, fill out your sheet as we go, and it will be an easy grade. Okay. So, this is called Mystery Footprints. Okay. You will have this Google slide presentation. And then you will have in Google Classroom, you will have this sheet here. So I'm going to toggle back and forth between the two, just kind of follow along. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and present this. All right, so real quick, observations. Any information that's collected with the senses. There's quantitative, measurable or countable. So examples are 3 meters long, 4 marbles, 50 kilograms, 35 degrees Celsius. And then we have qualitative. It just describes something. It's not measurable, no numbers in it. So red flowers, smells like fresh baked cookies, taste bitter. Inferences is conclusions or deductions based on observations. Okay? The process of drawing a conclusion from given evidence. So practice. Now you actually have this on your sheet, okay? So I'm going to exit out and I'm going to go over to my sheet. And here is the same thing, practice, okay? And I'm going to write my inference. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to change my font to 12. I'm going to change my color to blue. Please make it blue, okay? So I can tell what you've written or what you've typed and what was already there. So, notice this is black, so I need you to write blue in blue, okay? So the practice, again, it's the same as what's on here, okay? So I'm just going to go back to this. It says, I hear people screaming, and I'm just reading down here. I see many people. I smell cotton candy, popcorn, and hamburgers, okay? So if you heard a lot of people screaming, if you see a lot of people, and if you smell cotton candy, popcorn, and hamburgers, what may your inference be? So I'm going to give you a second to think about that. All right. So I can tell you in years past, I've got all kinds of different answers. So one of the inferences could be, I am at an amusement park, or it could be, I'm telling you, terrible speller. There you go. Park. Terrible speller, terrible typist. Okay, back here. All right. So what else could it be? I've had people in the years past tell me I am in a movie theater, right? Maybe you're walking past a movie theater where people are watching a scary movie. Okay. So you guys get the idea, right? Here are your observations down here. Your inferences are right here. Okay. Now, we're going to get into the slideshow presentation. And you'll see these are observations. You see frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3. So each picture that I show you, you're going to make 3 observations. So you're going to say, again, change your font. Change it again. So go back up here, hit this, hit blue. I observe, blah, 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 blah. Then I observe, again, change your font. I'm not going to, just to get through this. I observe, blah, 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 blah. And then I want you to make an inference. And that's where you will write your inference here. So again, change your font to a smaller font. Go to blue. And this is where you make sense of the 3 observations that you made. Okay? So I'm going to show you different frames. I'll say this is frame 1, this is frame 2, and this is frame 3. Okay? Now, this is very important. You can only make observations. You can only make observations of the frame that you are looking at, and you can only make inferences on the 3 observations that you made for that frame. Okay? So I'll tell you what, let's do the first one together. All right, let's go back up here. All right, so here is your first frame. It says, look at these 2 sets of animal tracks. List 3 observations and make an inference. Okay, so we could make 2 qualitative observations, right? Again, these are animal tracks. Okay, so you could say, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I see 25. Now, this is where you can't say, and every year I always get people that want to do this. They want to say, I see 25 duck prints. Well, I don't know. Could be a duck, but we don't know. Do we see a duck on the screen anywhere? So we don't know for sure what type of prints those are. Same way with these green ones. So you could say, I see 25 red footprints or animal tracks. Sorry. So go back to your sheet. I'll just go like this. Go back to your sheet here. You can say, I observe 25 red animal tracks. Let's go back. I observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 green animal tracks. So again, go back to here. I observe, can't talk either apparently, 13 animal tracks. 13 green animal tracks. Okay? Now, we got one more observation to make. And this is usually the tougher of the 3. You could say, I see, you've already said I see 25 red tracks, I see 13 green red animal tracks. You could do a couple things here. You could say I see a yellow background, okay, because it's yellow. You could say the red and green track, or the red tracks are sloping down, or you could say the green tracks are sloping up. Those are 3 observations you could make for that third and final observation. I will leave that to you on however you decide to do that one. Okay? Now we got an inference to make. This is where we can describe what we think we are observing. Okay? This is where we can describe what we think we are observing. This is where you can say there is a frog and a duck walking towards each other. That's an inference. Okay? I'm taking what I am observing and I'm making sense of it. Okay? You could say I see a bird and a raccoon. Or you could say this is a raccoon and a duck. Okay, you could interpret these tracks however you want to interpret them. You could say they're walking towards each other or whatever. I mean, honestly, I think that's the most logical conclusion. So go back to your sheet. And you're going to go here again. And this is where you're going to write your observation. There is a duck and a frog, a bird, whatever you want to say, walking towards each other. Okay? Good. All right, now we're going to go to frame 2. So we're going to look at another picture. All right, now, frame 2. I want you to make 3 observations just on this frame. Okay? So what are 3 observations that you see? Go ahead and write that now. And what I would do is I would pause it. I'd pause your video right now. Again, I'll go back to here. This is frame 2. You're writing frame 2's observations here. Again, change your font color, change the size, write 3 observations, and then right here, again, change your font, change your size, and tell me what you think is occurring in frame 2. Okay? What's occurring in frame 2? Give me an inference. What you see, what you think is occurring based on your 3 observations here that's happening in frame 2. Okay? Now, do not make the mistake of saying in your observations there's a duck and a bird and they're dancing. Okay? That's not an observation. Okay? I'll give you a clue. Maybe count the tracks again. You can make 2 observations, quantitative, right? Because it has a number. You can make 3 or 2 quantitative observations just right there by counting the tracks. You also could make, you also have to make a qualitative observation. Again, qualitative is just a description. Okay, describe the tracks. What do they look like to you? Describe them in a sense of how they are assorted on the page, if that makes sense. Okay. Don't tell me what you think it's happening or what type of tracks you think they are in your observations. Just tell me what you can observe, what you are observing. Okay. And list your inference. I'm going to pause right here. Now we're going to pick back up. Okay. We're going to go to frame 3. Okay. So again, now what do you think is happening? Make 3 observations and make an inference. Okay. Frame 3. All right. What's happening in frame 3 here? Again, 3 observations of what you see in frame 3. Okay. Again, hint, hint, you can make 1 quantitative observation, an observation with numbers in them. Then you're going to have to make 2 qualitative, just description observations. After you do that, let's go back. You're going to go back into your sheet here. 3 observations for frame 3, and put your inference here for frame 3. Okay? So back to the slide here. Make your observations, and then tell me what you think is occurring in frame 3 for your inference. Don't tell me what you think this whole story is. Okay, so, the first one we said, this is happening. Then my inference for frame 2, this happened. And then for frame 3, this happened. Okay? Because there's going to be a conclusion where you tie all of this together in just a second. So, 3 observations. What you see here in frame 3 only, and give me an inference. What is happening in frame 3 only? Okay. Now, that's it. There is no other pictures. So let's go back to our sheet. Back to the sheet here. Now your conclusion. This is where, again, change your font, change your size. Again, I would go down to 12, change it to blue. This is where you're going to say, you're going to put all this together, all your inferences. There's a duck and a frog walking towards each other, then this happened, and then this happened. That's what goes in the conclusion part. Okay? Now, after that, you got this fill in the blank. Okay? Change your font, change your size. Should be able to type in there. Okay, maybe not. So you could just do this. Well, here's what I want you to do. Just go over here and say blank, and I'll have this filled out for you. So in your sheet, I'll have this already done. Okay? Just say blank answer number 1. Tell me what fills in the blank. Here's your word bank. quantitative, qualitative, observations, and inference. Okay, so read this paragraph, fill in these 4 blanks, put your answers down below, and then you need to go back and submit this to me. Okay, let me stress again, this is for a grade. Okay, so the only way you mess this up is number 1, by not doing it. Number 2, not doing it correctly. Okay, so I will be on the Zoom the entire time. If at any point during this video that you're watching, if you have questions, pop back in, ask a question, and I will help you. Okay? All right, boys and girls, have a great day. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.